Hello Leo, this is a timeless tarot reading for you. Date of recording is the 22nd of January 23, which doesn't have to mean that this reading resonates with you at this day. It could also find you several weeks, months or years later. I'm using my own tarot cards and let me just quickly get into it. So the reading starts with a lot of guilt and shame. There is some moral issues that you are having, and you are probably imagining that they are bigger than they are. I feel as if you will quickly, very soon, come to a realization that this is some conditioning that has been put into you, maybe by your parents, or I feel like it's more like a personal morality issue rather than a huge societal one or religious one. It's like something that comes from our education, from how we grew up as children. That's what I feel. Doesn't have to be like that for everyone. It could also be a huge thing. But you will understand that very soon, and you will find a lot of joy and relief. Like there's a huge disillusionment, like it's just a tiny spot in your mind that keeps you stuck somewhere and that makes you feel very burdened and ashamed of yourself. It could even be that you will have this epiphany, this understanding. I know it sounds a bit silly, possibly, by meeting an animal. Oh my God, sorry. Maybe you have a pet, or maybe there will be a situation when you go outside and it's just that there's some association with an animal. You might face a situation with an animal, and during that situation you will have this epiphany. So in some way this animal might even appear as your teacher in some way, and you will realize how unnecessary this moral issue that you were having actually was, and it will be a great relief. Then I see you from this relief and joy and disillusionment jumping into great abundance and physical strength and inner balance. Like you will feel quite untouchable. You will get back into your power, even physically. Maybe this moral issue has not only drained you mentally and emotionally, energetically, but also like physically. Maybe, sometimes we get ill during winter, like we have a really bad cold, but afterwards our immune system is so strong that for the rest of the winter we don't get sick again. But maybe due to this inner fight that you're having, maybe you're feeling ill all the time and it's not going away. Like there is some physical weakening that I'm seeing that will also quickly be overcome. And this abundance is not of a financial nature. It's a very profound inner abundance. Health can be very abundant. People who are healthy all the time, they are not aware, or young people. I'm not saying that all young people are healthy, because even young people can have serious diseases or just chronic diseases that can be very burdening. But people who don't have that, they don't understand how devastating chronic health issues can be, and how they just affect all areas in our life. And I feel like you might soon overcome something like this. I'm really feeling a lot of physical strength in this reading. And even better than that, there's just this energetic and psychological balance that you will find. This emptiness card, it reminded me of like you are peeling yourself out, you're shedding your old skin and you're leaving this empty shell of your old self behind. That's what it reminded me of, like it's just the dead part of yourself having this realization, like you will be shedding this entire shell and it will just be left behind, empty, it will just fall away. Then there's something, usually this imagination card, I see it in a not so good way because, you know, our imagination can be very far away from reality. But in this reading, it gives me a positive vibe. Like, I think maybe you will realize that not everything about your imagination was wrong. Maybe, you know, we can use our imagination in a very negative way and we get scared, or we use it in an overly positive way and then we are disappointed when it doesn't come true. But I think that there is something, probably even regarding something romantic, that you are fantasizing about that is actually not as childish as you thought it was. Like maybe you had a crush on someone, for example, and you thought, my God, I shouldn't be thinking about fantasizing about this person. This person anyway doesn't want me. But I have a feeling that this kind of imagination, and I don't want to, you know, promote any childish, toxic fantasies, but the person or the people I'm doing this reading for in this case, I feel it's not this childish kind of imagination. Like, I think in this case, someone really underrated their imagination and you're not even aware, due to the immorality issues that you were having, that maybe this imagination was a kind of vision actually, and that there is something that truly could grow out of it. The reading got interrupted because my storage was full. So I was saying that due to this moral issue that you were having, you were thinking that fantasizing about this person or this thing that you wanted was childish and you shouldn't imagine anything about it, without knowing that there's actually something very profound and sincere about this imagination that you were having. And that there was nothing wrong with it. And just let me point out again, because I was saying earlier that I feel it's something romantic. It doesn't have to be for everyone. It could be something entirely different. I just had a feeling that for some or many it is something romantic, and that this imagination came from a place of true desire, sincere desire, respect, and probably even love, and not from some dirty or, you know, bad inner space. That's what I'm actually seeing in this reading. So there's no advice here in this reading. It's just, it feels to me as if this realization will just come to you. We will just have this epiphany. And you will just realize it was just a small thing that was probably causing a lot of suffering to you. So I will leave it here. Thank you for watching.